In 2010, manufacturing was 17% of our GDP. By 2022, it was expected to be 25%, but it has decreased to 13%.
Right.
This is largely because Make in India has not been as successful as we thought it to be. One of the reasons being COVID,
Yeah.
but the other reasons that I studied are also land acquisition problems. There is no single window clearance system which we envision to bring, but we are too late for that. Number three is Vietnam is offering much better import duties as compared to India. Bangladesh is much better suited for textile industry than India. So our real rival is not China, it is Vietnam, Bangladesh, and all the other Asian countries, as compared to whom we are not doing a good job. So this is my analysis. But according to you, number one, why did Make in India fail?
I'm saying I'm not agreeing to that making India is
Okay,
failing.
you don't agree
Yeah,
Make
I
in
don't
India
agree to
failed.
making India
Okay.
failing. But your point is right that the percentage of manufacturing contribution in India GDP should be higher, right? Uh, any superpower which India is trying to become or any super economy cannot be based on services only. We are largely contributed through services with more than 50% plus, and agriculture should be more efficient and manufacturing every sector. And now we have to see the basket of manufacturing, right? Which is the hardcore engineering manufacturing, and then the tech manufacturing to mobile phone manufacturing to now we are talking about semiconductor manufacturing in India to chip manufacturing in India. Every sector, I think if we see sectoral manufacturing and see the increase in that, that'll be a far more ingenious and a genuine data rather than a number which is coming out of post-COVID world, a post-Ukraine world, right? So that's why these numbers which are coming in 2024 are a product of lot of a distressed world, right? So that's point number one. If we see sector-wise data, you will find that how many companies which were hardly under 10 were manufacturing mobile phones in India, and then now over 100 which were making mobile phones in India. Now, even a iPhone is trying to make India not only for Indian customers but also for export, which was China. Now, even a Samsung display, when it get displaced from China, comes to a Noida thanks to someone like a Narendra Modi government inviting them, and someone like Yogi Adityanath catching that offer, right? Also, lot of these PLA schemes, the performance link schemes, which are making even the defense equipment manufacturing very promising in India. But the problem is that a lot of these fundamental changes are like Ayurveda, right? Like versus the English medicine, which shows result in long time. And that's why we have seen during the first tenure of the UPA government, 2004 to 2009, they fared very good in a lot of parameters. But those were largely the fallout of the good policies of the Atal government, right? In the second term, they did not fare well, right? So a lot of this manufacturing scheme, which Narendra Modi also started more in the 2019 term rather than the first term, right? They will start bearing fruits. But now, and Indian bureaucracy, Indian system, the way the system is, which Narendra Modi keeps saying, इन्हीं फाइलों के द्वारा मैं इंडिया को बढ़ा रहा हूँ, right? So ease of doing business ranking, which is 150, and now we are in top 50. I think World Bank has stopped counting that ranking now, so we don't know what is the India's exact status today. We only the informal sources. Our ratings from Moody's to various other indicators keep increasing, even in a very distressed world. We are one of the few large economies which are growing with 6 to 7% and good ratings from Moody's to international exchanges to IMF, everyone, right? So, to my understanding, these are changes which will give you gratification in long term, and I'm not saying 20, 30 years, right? In third term, that's why the third term of Narendra Modi is far more consequential, and hopefully we will not have a major world calamity like a corona or a world war where you have to adjust lot of levers. So yeah, I think that'll be my response, that in third term you'll see a lot of these fundamental changes of Make in India, in defense sector, in chip making sector, in food processing center, in food processing sector, in mobile tech manufacturing. We are a tech services giant, but very meek on the manufacturing of mobile. In third term, we will see the effect of all those policies far more in third and the fourth term.
Because I completely agree with you when it comes to mobile phones, we've done a phenomenal job.
Phenomenal job.
But when we actually analyzed how successful Make in India has been with other sectors, it was not as promising as the mobile sector. And critics often point out that you're using one good case study as a marketing gimmick to tell people that Make in India is succeeding, because this number that is 25% target, this was given by the
I'm
government
sure.
itself.
I'm sure. I'm
So
sure.
it is their own benchmark that they're not able to match. And it's okay even if the number is stable, but when the number is coming down, that is what is
Yeah,
more
for sure, for
concerning.
sure. I'm saying anything in 2024, we should read it with a leakages of Corona, with the leakages of Ukraine war. That's for sure. Even you are around that the previous number. So now I think the term is: Are you back to the business of the post-COVID era? Right. First of all, you have to come up.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for watching the Indian Business Podcast. If you find value in our work, please hit that subscribe button, because for you, it might be a zero effort task. But for us, that subscriber count is an important instrument to get great guests to our podcast and to make this podcast better for you. So if you find value, please subscribe.